Have you heard of a game called Silent Scope? Silent Scope, I think, is a special game that I don't think a lot of people have had the privilege to play just because it's an arcade game. It's been a while since arcades were a thing, and I guess that depends on your mileage, depending where you are in the world. But arcades these days, they're kind of a, I would say, in a lot of parts of the world, especially where I live, they're a shallow husk of what they kind of used to be. These days, they're largely based on ticket machines, which are fun in their own way, I guess, and claw games, and you get the odd kind of Dance Dance Revolution area, which is awesome for all my DDR homies. But they used to have just like so many experimental different kinds of games. The arcades were this golden place of wonder. There used to be all sorts of new types of games that no one had ever experienced before, or innovative games coming out. The arcade was basically the place to be for getting something new and exciting. And Silent Scope, I think, is really a great example of um, at the time them taking it to the next level of what a light gun shooter could be. I've always wanted to use this channel to let people know about underappreciated gems of games or games that they shouldn't miss or should dig up and go find. And Silent Scope is definitely one of those kinds of games that I think if you get the chance, you should absolutely go out and play it. So, what made Silent Scope interesting? Well, essentially, they just took a big sniper rifle and jammed it into an arcade cabinet. So you had your TV where you could see people from your bird's eye view from where you're sitting in your sniper nest. And then you also had the little screen inside the scope that you could see a zoomed in view. And you'd be switching between your eye looking through the scope of the big sniper rifle and then kind of switching to your other eye looking at the arcade cabinet TV. And in that way, it was just super intuitive and just a new way of experiencing a shooting game. It just made you immediately be stuck in the shoes of like, I am a sniper, which felt really great. And over the course of the game, they introduce all sorts of new ways of making it trickier for you, but also making it feel kind of almost realistic and like a simulation. So you start off just kind of at a bird's eye view, taking out sort of static little targets as people are walking around. But then that transitions to introducing things like the targets start moving like crazy. Are they in like vehicles or like in a helicopter? And into being like there's wind now, or it's nighttime and you've got night vision, and you're in a helicopter and they're in a helicopter or something like that. And so the bullet, when you shoot it, is actually going to go like whoop, like all over the place, which is absolutely crazy. And when you would hit someone or hit a headshot, it felt incredible. It felt like you are like a god of sniping, which was awesome. So the thing I remember about this game most of the boss fights, they started off pretty chill, but very, very quickly, I'm talking by the second boss, started to get insane. The second boss in the game, if I remember correctly, is a fighter jet. And you are sort of shooting this fighter jet as it's flying around between buildings and trying to take it out with just your sniper rifle. And the key thing that like really stuck out in my mind about this game, what made it awesome, is that every single boss in the game you can kill in one shot as long as you shoot their weak point, which is always like basically someone's head inside of the vehicle. So the first time I hit that plane and headshot the guy in the plane, killing him instantly, and you get the big you win screen, oh my God, the feeling is indescribable. And I don't think a lot of games give you that kind of level of power or extreme feeling to what Silent Scope did. So I have quite a special memory about this where my friend was much, much better than me, and I would have already drained my wallet trying to get through the first couple of early stages. But he was able to get all those instant kills on the bosses, especially like one of the later fights. I remember it's like a close up fight where you're versing like a cyborg ninja and she's kind of flipping all around the screen. And the first time he landed that headshot on him, like we just exploded. And like if people were just staring at us in the arcade, it was unreal. I love that game. And then I remember the later games in Silent Scope 2, they introduced multiplayer. And multiplayer was really interesting as well, where you had two cabinets and 2 points of view, and essentially you're searching for the other person through the scene, through the scope, almost like a Where's Wally, I guess. to try to find them before they find you and shoot them. And that was really interesting. I don't know if any games have sort of tried to attempt this kind of like, yeah, hidden object sniping versus game, which was really fun. Um, I guess one part I also wanted to mention is the ending of this game. Obviously, no spoilers because this game is like ancient. But essentially, you only have one shot in the final scene. This is a classic kind of thing from old shooting games in the arcade. But you have one bullet and you have to take out the bad guy as he's escaping by speedboat. And this moment, if you miss, you will get a game over and you have to go back to the beginning of the game. And I remember my friend, after one-shotting almost every single boss in the game, he missed his shot. And I tell you, we didn't leave until we beat through the game again and took him out finally in the end, where you get the explosion and the credits roll. And that memory has stuck in my mind since forever. So that was really great. So if you can have the chance to play Silent Scope, try to find, your local arcade, see if they have it in the back corner of it, and give it a go. I swear, if you play it and you hit one of those instant kill shots on the bosses, tell me how it feels because I just remember it being awesome. Yeah, you should have a good time.